Hello travelers and welcome to the city of Shenzhen. Today, we will fly in the domestic aviation market of China aboard Juneyao Airlines flight HO1884 on a 787 Dreamliner with destination Shanghai Hongqiao Airport. This flight was part of a business trip I made to China, and my poor time management skills put me in the uncomfortable position of arriving shy of 1 hour before the flight to Shenzhen Bao'an International Airport. Also, I got a dead meal seat and I almost flew on the airplane lavatory due to unexpected turbulence. However, I enjoy a lot in Shanghai, and this is my first domestic flight in China, my first time in China either. So stay tuned and come aboard because this is the last boarding call. Hello travelers, welcome to Shenzhen Bao'an International Airport. Today we are flying Juneyao Airlines flight 1088 to Shanghai Hongqiao. It is, at the moment, it is 12:38. Our flight departs in 1 hour, 11 minutes. So what I'm going to do right now is to find my counter, which is in counter group C. And it is that way. Even though Juneyao Airlines being a partner airline of the Star Alliance, I did not have any gold status perks. Only middle seats in the Dreamliner for today. At least I've got a bag, and that's what you get when you pop up 1 hour before a flight. All right, so we are checked in, middle seat for a couple of hours, no frequent flyer allocation, bag drop, and the gentleman helped me with a baggage drop procedure. It was very, very kind. From him because it helped me do it very quickly. Also, I'm in a bit of a rush, so it was around 4-hour flight for me, heading to domestic departure and through Chinese airport security with less than an hour for takeoff. All right, I just came out the security check, and boy, that was intense. They make me took out every single battery and power charger that I had, and I forgot that I had so many. And the bags were passed like 3 or 4 times through the security check. And now I'm finding that my flight is now boarding. Let's see, 3015 Shanghai Hongqiao boarding on gate 337. So we better hurry. Gate 337. Yeah, it was a very intense security check. Every single battery, every single power bank, I had to come out. But I must say they were very nice. They were not rude in any way. Considering that I had batteries in places in my bag that I didn't know about. Oh, sorry, I'm going to the wrong direction. And while I walk the long walk to my gate number 337, I couldn't help but enjoy the architecture of this terminal that was designed by an Italian architect called Massimiliano Fuxas, and it was inaugurated in 1991. But even with more than 30 years, this terminal feels like new. While I walk to my gate, which is a 337, I'm basically admiring this terminal. It's like a single structure, a white roof. It's pretty. It's a nice terminal. It almost smells like new, and it's massive. Plenty of retail and food options, which I will not enjoy today because I'm in a hurry. I can see the gate at the end of the hallway. Hopefully, I'll make it on time. And I certainly did. I arrived at gate 337 almost 15 minutes before departure. Obviously, I was one of the last to board, but got impressed with this. First time I see this in the waiting hall of an airport gate. Have a look. Wow, look at those seats. Each couple of them has that iPad, which I don't know what is that for, but that's awesome. Definitely, airports in China, they don't spare in technology. The amount of face recognition devices and surveillance devices that are around the airport is insane. And well, this is something I haven't seen before. Those iPads, I don't know. I'll find out later what is that for.
I boarded the Dreamliner a bit regretful of not having much time to spot planes here in Shenzhen. A super amount of wide-body traffic that you see here made me feel like I was missing out. But do you know what I will be missing out as well? A window view. Surprisingly, the seat was comfortable. The presentation was acceptable. The feeling of the back seat didn't feel like low-costish, and although you wouldn't put your face in the pillow provided, you have to grant that it's a nice touch for a 2.5 hours flight. And also, you are given earphones. The table and seat pockets was very clean, and I didn't feel I was sitting in a piece of synthetic wood. My bum and back felt comfortable enough to make the 2.5 hours flight. Obviously, the in-flight entertainment caters for the Chinese market, but I could see some Western movies as well. I enjoyed part of Dune 2 during this flight, and although not a great selection, it was manageable for the flight time. A good thing, the screen wasn't clunky, it was very responsive, especially operating the flight map. And the overall cabin was very well illuminated, and as usual, in the 787 Dreamliner, it was super smooth. We took right of time at 1:58 p.m. and headed northeast, drawing the vast Chinese coastline to Shanghai. And while we tried to keep the camera stable from the middle seat, let's talk about our ride for today.
Ride for today was this beautiful 787 Dreamliner. It's a 6-year-old plane. Registration Bravo 1115, which flew us from Shenzhen into here. I'm recording the video here because I was in a rush in Shenzhen and didn't have a very good view of the plane. But the punctuality record for this flight was excellent, 100% sharp on time. However, in the last 5 flights, it hasn't had a very perfect punctuality record. However, it's made it up for our flight today.
Seatbelts were turned off almost 25 minutes after takeoff, and I headed out to check out the lavatory. I started capturing and documenting when suddenly...
Okay, we are in the... Whoa. We are in the rear lavatory. A lot of turbulence at the moment.
So I had to cancel the lavatory review and come back to my seat.
I decided, obviously, to return to my seat and to fasten the seatbelt. The turbulence eased. But always remember, my fellow travelers, always remember, keep your seatbelt on, even when the seatbelt sign is off. You always need to keep your seatbelt on. Never without the seatbelt on. There may be unexpected turbulence, there might be turbulence that the pilots know about, but there may be other unexpected one. And keeping your seatbelt on is always the safest action that a passenger can do for avoid an injury.
Service was resumed after the turbulence passed, and I was pleasantly surprised. I got a snack box with a cake, what I believe is a bow. Please excuse my lack of knowledge, and a bottle of water and a drink.
I finished what came in the box. This was like a bao bun and the cake. They were delicious. It was good. They were good. There's a wet wine and this drink, which I don't know what it is. Looks like some milk-based drink. I'm not gonna get it. I don't drink lactose. And also they later came offering water or coffee. I took water. And decided it's a 2-hour flight and service is way better than other carriers in America or Australia. Give me that cute box with. So it's mostly sweets, but at least it's something for a 2-hour flight.
Service was removed quickly, and just like that, we started our descent into Shanghai Hongqiao. We started to see the hugeness of Shanghai while we flew across the city from the south to land from the north in runway 18 left. We landed 10 minutes before our landing time, but we had to wait a little bit to disembark. And while we disembark and walk across Shanghai Hongqiao, let's remind that this airport is the oldest of the two airports that serve the metropolis. I had the opportunity this time to fly into this one, and I will be departing from Pudong. And Pudong is located in the east side of Shanghai, close to the coast. Hongqiao is on the west side. But now, let's check this out in the baggage reclaiming hall. This is nice.
I'm in the process of collecting my baggage that I checked in Shenzhen. And one thing that caught my attention in the baggage reclaim hall are those matrix style, I don't know, it's like an artwork. Let me zoom it in so you can see. It's quite interesting, and there are lots of them across the entire baggage claim hall, which here in Shanghai Hongqiao is massive. There is almost 40 baggage claim carousels, and across the entire wall we can see this matrix style artworks. Very interesting.
Now with my baggage, I finally headed out to ground site of arrival to catch the metro to my hotel, who was nearby the airport. But understanding the Shanghai metro system is not an easy feat. However, with a bit of patience and nice people around you, I managed to get to my destination. I spent a great few days in Shanghai. I loved the vibe of the city. I managed to upload one video of my walking tour across Nanjing Rd and the famous Bund, which you can definitely see at the link here, right? And I went to Shanghai Tower, which is the world's second tallest building, and I ate, obviously, delicious Chinese food. Regretfully, I was there for a few days and I had to go because I was here for a work and the trip had to end. One thing that I want to do before wrapping this video up is express my appreciation to my almost 500 subscribers. Trust me when I say it, I really appreciate it, and I love the fact that 500 people, nearly 500 people is tuning to my videos. I really love that. I am not here for likes, for views, or making viral. I'm here because air travel is what I'm passionate about, and thankfully I got the opportunity of doing it often, so why not share all this with all of you? Thank you, my fellow travelers. Greetings from Shanghai, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and most importantly, let me know in the comments below your feedback or questions. Thank you for viewing, and we'll see you in our next trip. Bye!